Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome to my part on the internet, my itsy bitsy part on the internet. I hope everyone is having a good day. I hope everyone had a good week last week. Yesterday was my birthday, so I had a lovely time. Actually, it was just by myself, but it was very nice. It was joyful, and I had a very good week. So I'm looking forward to what's going on next week as well. As I said, as the topic says, I have a lot of questions from you. So I thought I would just answer them in no specific order. I have a few products because they relate to the questions. And yeah, so let's just roll. And again, if you have any questions or thoughts, ideas for what my opinion is worth, just let me know and ask me the questions, and I'll be happy to answer them. The first question on the list is my hair. How often do I cut it? And then also, I'm going to add how I care for it because honestly, there's not a lot of caring going on. But I thought I would just mention it. I get my hair cut every 5 or 6 weeks, and it depends on who cuts it and how much they leave on, how often I have to have it cut. I really, really like it short, as you can tell. And it's just much easier for me to handle. And I have cowlicks in the back. I just insist that's where my brain comes through. but yeah, every 5 or 6 weeks I get my hair cut. Sometimes I go down to Miami. There is a French hairdresser there, and I love the way they are trained to cut hair because they don't use those saw things, those electric trimmers. They use scissors, and for me, it's just a nicer haircut. But I don't always have the time to go down to Miami. While it's close, it's not close really. So yeah, excuse me. Pardon me. I took cough medicine as well. It's an issue. It's not a problem. Mm. So I also wanted to show you two products that I use and ask for a recommendation. For actually, this stuff is very nice. It's hair conditioner. It's oil. It's got rosemary in it, and I get it in the health food store. And it's conditions and styles oily for it's hair oil. And I like this. I use this once a week. One tip I've learned in putting on product, I guess for short hair, you always start at the back and then go forward, or else you tend to get too much in the front, which I found to be true. And if there's too much in the front, it lays. So yes, that's one thing I've learned from a hairdresser. And here's the product again. There's the box. Of course, you can imagine that lasts me a long time because I'm only using a smidgen. The other product I'm using is a styling cream. It's this Rusk. I've used this off and on for years. Can't say I like it, but it's just a habit. So if anyone knows of any hair creams or pastes, please let me know. And one presumably and hopefully that's got some goodness in it like this other stuff. I would really appreciate that. So that's the answer to number one about my hair. The second question is, how do you deal with stickability? And I'm assuming stickability, what the subscriber said is, how do you stick on a routine or a decision that you make? And I think I certainly deal with that. I have learned what to do. First of all, you have to decide what you want to do, and it has to come from inside. And then you have to plan it out. But also, I have learned, specifically through business, that if I do something and it doesn't feel right, if I'm attempting to do something and it doesn't feel right, my stickability wanes, and I have to really, really sit myself down and say, well, why Do you feel this way? Because it could be so many things. Again, case in point, it happened to me this past week. Wasn't sure if I wanted to deal with a potential client. And I really had to analyze, is this something to do with me and the fear of dealing with somebody, or actually, is this a problem? So the stickability came into issue. When you take it down a step further, the stickability also could apply to, and that's in business, but it could apply to, exercising, and it can apply to decluttering. And I have found myself through experience, so this I'm saying hand on heart, when I decide to declutter, and even I declutter, I start small and then see the results. And usually I feel pretty good about what I've done. And then I can go on to larger projects. And for example, you might have an issue with stickability in decluttering in your kitchen. So if you go and do one drawer, just one drawer, take a few moments to clear out one drawer and then finish it. But when you go back to that drawer, you'll most likely feel really good. And so you'll continue on, and there's your stickability in place. Hi, Vivi. So there's your stickability in place. And so that's really, stickability is a state of mind. It's deciding if something that you're doing is worth your time, effort, and sometimes money to get where you want to go. And I hope that answers that question to the subscriber. The next question is, this one has been around for a while and I just never got to it. Shame on me, Carolyn. When did I decide to share my thoughts and ideas? Well, it sort of evolved because if you watch my previous videos, a lot of them were business-based. And then I switched it to simple life. And what really got me on this road of living a simple life was my caregiving role. But also I saw what was going on around me in society. And I didn't want any part of it. I don't want any part of it. I don't, for example, want to spend my afternoon in a shopping mall week in and way out. Because to me, that just adds stuff to my surroundings, to my head. So I saw what was going on the outside. And I obviously have an opinion. So that's why I decided to do this. And also, a huge part of it is I have made so many mistakes along my journey. And I'll admit it. And so my thoughts are, if I can stop someone from making the mistakes I did, well, then my mistake was all worth it because I've learned by it. And then maybe you will learn by my mistakes. And that's really why I did this. Also, and finally, I like doing this. I have come to the point now in these videos, because I'm going live, that I actually feel like I'm speaking to friends at the other end. And it's a really, really weird feeling because I'm looking at a camera. I don't know anyone that's there. But I know through the power of the internet that I'm reaching people literally all over the world. And that sort of gives me a warm and fuzzy feeling that maybe I'm helping someone. And I don't mean to be boastful in any way, but that is my goal, is to impart some of the lessons I've learned onto somebody else and onto you. And so that's the answer to that question. A recent question I got, now this is the next question, and a recent question I got is, do you have to be a lady? Or if it's a man asking me this question, is something else. Well, I've taken it something else because I'm going to put my own spin on it. Recently, I live in a condo association, and if you live in a condo association, you will know that sometimes it gets pretty aggressive because there are decisions that are made normally involving money that causes the worst in people to come out. And I was eyewitness to that in a condo meeting. And there is a neighbor of mine who has She's not a lady, and she's quite a vocal, and she's quite rude, and she's quite nasty. That's the best way I can say it. And I realized there that she's not a lady. And that is something that is very, very important to me, that I am present myself to the world as being a lady, whatever you determine to be a lady, but someone who's respectful of others, who takes care and time for herself and for others. And that is how I'm taking a spin on this question, especially in this day and age when there is no real line of differentiation, that's the right word, between man, woman, and everyone else. They're all, everyone tends to be thrown into one pot, and I don't want to be thrown into one pot. And I want to be seen as a lady, someone who, as I said, all those other features, but someone who tries to better herself and therefore hopefully better other people by my actions. Whoa, that was deep. So that was the answer to that question. Next question. Oh, and this one I'm not sure on, but I thought I would address it because I have to say I'm not sure. And a recent question is, are you able to chat about body image in our 60s? So I had to look this up, exactly what is a body image. And according to Mr. Google, a body image is a person's perception of their physical self and thoughts and feelings, positive, negative, or both. Well, let's see. Yesterday, as I said, it was my birthday. And to me, it was very, very nice. I really enjoyed it. I was woken up by my sister. It was a nice day. And I'm a year older, but I'm really glad to be here because many of us don't get to this age. And I see the changes that are taking place in my body. Like, all this stuff, this, even though I exercise, the texture of your skin and eyesight and your teeth. But I don't focus on those things. Those things don't bother me. Those are part of the badges that I wear. If I tackle it as, not tackle it, but I deal with it as whatever I can do to make myself feel better. I mean, hold out feelings. That's what I'll do. So that's why I eat the way I eat. That's why I exercise the way I do, is because I guess it's because of my body image. And I want to put positive thoughts into my mind because I can't do anything else about it. Well, it's limited to what I can do, but I can do it. I am not one for having Botox and ups and downs and tucks and all. That doesn't interest me, mainly because I'm a scaredy cat. But as far as body image is concerned, I'm very grateful for what I have. I try and maintain what I have. And I don't let society, and this is a big thing, I don't let society tell me how I should feel. And that can all really, really throw wobbly into your head. That's why it's really, really important I feel, to make sure what you put into your mind and what you see on television and on videos, not necessarily this one, please. But that is really, really important. Don't let society tell you the way you should be and how you should feel and what your body image should be. Shame on them, pass. Just don't do it. That's how I feel about this whole thing. By the way, let me take a breath. Any questions? Any questions? I'm here. If anyone wants to ask any questions, just type away. Well, that question actually leads to another question about Pilates. And I will put a link to the video, the actual video that I watched. Well, it was nearly 2.5 years ago with COVID, and I've adapted it. As I mentioned, I never really liked Pilates or yoga. Actually, I went to a Pilates studio one time and some piece of wood hit me in the shin. I thought, no, I'm not having any of this stuff. With one of these machines, I thought, no. It's also, truth be told, I like being outside and I have the luxury of being able to be outside. So that's where I really like to exercise, but I do incorporate Pilates. And I actually make it part of my challenge of the day to do Pilates every single day. It's a game that I play with myself, but I make sure that I'm doing Pilates every day. I have a mat. I have weights. They're just 5 pound or 3 pound weights, but I use those. I also have, for my exercise with my Pilates, I have weights for my ankles because while I'm very, very active, I was having issues swimming with my knees. And so I went to a physio and he explained to me that I need to strengthen my legs. So I went to old Mr. Amazon, got myself some weights, and ever since I've been lifting these weights with my knees, and that's really relieved my knees. I don't have any problems with my knees when I'm swimming or any other time. So that is the Pilates thing. I'll put the link below to the video that I have that I originally watched. Let's see. Oh, and here's a question. I'm working on simplifying my wardrobe. I no longer need office attire. However, I still want to look stylish and comfy. Should I have two wardrobes, one for the house and one for the outside? This one again falls into the category I'm not really sure. Because I live in a climate that is sort of neutral all year long, meaning it's hot or it's hot, hot, hot. I don't have a large wardrobe, as you know. I think it's up to 10 or 11 pieces. But I do my best in terms of, because I work from home, I'm self-employed, I do my best to get dressed every day in this. Now, I might not have all this on, but I do have this on because it makes me feel put together. There are days, confession time, there are days when after I take Miss Evie for a walk, and I usually put a t-shirt on and shorts, there are days I just get stuck in and it's 11, 12, 1 o'clock before I think, oh, still got this on. And because I'm working. But if I'm lounging around the house, I still wear this stuff. I just feel put together. And that's the answer, right or wrong. Comfy clothes, this is comfy clothes. I don't go to an office, so I don't wear a suit. And I haven't done that in a long time. And that's the simple answer to that question. The next thing is, there was question and quite a few comments about my vegan diet. And actual fact, I am putting together a video for probably next week about that journey. But I'm really I'm trying to go deep into it and give you some ideas and suggestions on my research. I want to verify all that I'm presenting to you. But yeah, I will go over my vegan diet and why I went down that road and how I live and what I eat. I actually have been taking pictures of what I've eaten, what I eat on a daily basis, so that you'll have an idea. You'll see pictures of the food, two important things in my life, but I am compiling a video for my vegan diet. Next thing, probably the most, I can't say it's the most important, but probably the most asked question I get on this channel is about the lipstick. So I thought I would present it to you again. It is Anastasia Beverly Hills. Whoop. And the color is American Dial. And I often get the question, well, do you use a lip liner? How do you put it on? This isn't any rocket science in this. All I have learned how to do, because remember, I've been using this for a while, but if you buy something like this, here's a tip for you. I just use this, and I just draw with this. I start at the bottom, I go to the top, fill it in, done. So practice literally makes perfect in using this. And as I said, I've used this a long time and need to probably get a new one soon. And that is the questions. I do have a request of you. According to Mr. YouTube channel, there's certain standards and milestones that I have to get to in order to develop this channel further. And so one of the milestones you've helped me get to, thank you very much, and that's the number of subscribers, 1,000 subscribers, which only took me 3 years, 2.5 years, but I got there. The other requirement is to have 4,000 minutes within a year of viewing time. So if you could help me, and as you can see, this is 21 minutes I've been talking because I'm trying to produce more content to increase those numbers so that we can get to those 4,000 minutes, because I do want to do more with this, but I'm limited. So ultimately, the end result is, the question is, could you, if you have a friend or a family member who you feel might benefit from this channel, could you kindly share it with them and ask them to subscribe? That would help me. Watch the videos, subscribe. I'd appreciate it. And that is me for this week. Anyone, any questions? I'm so happy that I see there are some people here and you've stayed with me. I really appreciate it. And that's it. I will wait a few moments. And I think maybe that is it for today. Thank you very, very much for spending a few moments with me. I do appreciate it. And if you have any thoughts, comments on this video, please let me know. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Carolyn, you're wearing your black glasses? Whatever you want, just let me know. Until till next week video, I wish everyone a good day. Stay well, stay safe. I'll say prayers for the Ukrainians, and toodles, everyone. Bye.